Mincing up some dill and some onion. Next, I wash and clean my chicken. I leave the fat. The fat is going to make for a juicy and very tender Scotch egg. And I remove the artery. I've chopped up my onion. I've added the dill, salt, pepper, and paprika. And some white pepper, and I'm going to give this a stir and set it aside. Now I'm putting my chicken into my food processor, and I'm going to give it a blend. You can blend this down into a paste, or you can leave it more coarse and chunky. I like a more coarse and chunkier chicken blend. These are called Scotch eggs. However, this is not a Scottish meal. This actually originated in India. So now I'm adding in my onions, dill, and seasonings with 2 to 3 tablespoons of your favorite mustard. I'm using Grey Poupon. Now I'm seasoning with salt, pepper, paprika, and curry. I'll also be adding in some white pepper. Sage is very important because this is really supposed to be a sausage, and sage will give it that sausage taste. I'm adding in a liberal amount of onion powder, as well as garlic powder and some cumin. And whenever I make this, I use half the bottle of the sage. Now, I've got it well seasoned, and I'm going to take my own 2 little hands and combine everything well. Now I'm breaking open my eggs. The best way to do this is that after you boil your eggs, let your eggs sit in cold water for about 20 minutes. Then remove the water and let the eggs sit for another 20 minutes. After that, I remove the shell, tapping both the ends and then the middle, and the shell comes right off. Then I take the eggs and I roll them in paper towels to help remove any other moisture on the egg. Before I wrap my eggs, I want to make sure that my meat is well seasoned, so I'll take a little patty and fry it up in the pan. Taste it, and if I need to add anything, this is the time to do it. Now I am taking some of the meat. I say that's about 3/4 of a cup. These were large eggs. I should have used small eggs, but it's okay. And I take the meat, just put it in my hand, about a cup of meat, and then put the egg in the middle and wrap the meat around the egg. Now you want to make sure that there's no seams in like here. See that seam there? If you have that seam, when you go to cook it, it's going to split in half and your egg is going to be exposed. Nothing wrong with that, but we want it to be pretty. So far I have 6 of the Scotch eggs here, and then I think there's 3 more in that bowl in the back. I've got my pan heated on a medium heat with some avocado oil, and I will just cover this to maintain the heat in the pan and that everything cooks well and evenly. And I will turn these Scotch eggs until each side has a little brown on it. I added the remainder of the onions and dill into the center. Aren't they beautiful? And they are ready. It took about 45 minutes, almost an hour. So I'm going to add some water to my pan and deglaze my pan, and this will be sort of an au jus that I will pour over the remainder of the eggs. And here is the finished product. I added cheese, put it under the broiler, and added it to a bed of spring mixed lettuce. There's a homemade tomato soup that I'll show you later with some broccoli. And this is my Scotch egg that I had for breakfast the next morning.
They reward my love with defiance?
Now, a real Scotch egg has a fried crusted outer part. Now, once these eggs are cooked, these Scotch eggs are cooked, you're supposed to put them in flour and panko just like you would if you were frying a piece of chicken, and then fry that after it is cooked, okay? I can't do flour. I love flour products. I love wheat products, but they don't like me anymore. So I'm just as happy with putting a little cheese or my homemade tzatziki sauce on my Scotch egg. And this was my dinner the next day. These are really good. It's great for a quick snack, for breakfast, for lunch. And, before you go to the gym, pop it in the oven for a few minutes under 350-degree temperature. And it makes a great protein snack, and it's delicious. I hope you get to try it. Thanks for watching.